welcome back to my channel. This is the everything we've done at the 2-month mark until our wedding. It's coming round so quickly and it's so exciting. But yeah, our wedding is less than 2 months away now, and at the 2-month mark, this is everything we've done. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Do subscribe so that you don't miss more of the wedding content from me. As we get even closer to the wedding, we've got DIYs to do, we've got my hen do vlog coming up, we've got like the week of wedding video coming. It will probably be a couple of weeks after the wedding because I'm probably not going to edit on my honeymoon, let's be honest. But yeah, we've got lots of exciting things coming up, so do subscribe. And this is everything we've done at our 2-month until our wedding day. So our wedding rings have arrived. Both mine and Stephen's wedding rings were ordered from different places. We ordered them at different times, but they have now both arrived. We got them delivered. Stephen got his delivered to the shop in Liverpool and I got mine delivered home. I'm not actually going to show you my wedding ring, but it is in this pretty little box and I am obsessed with it. I love it a lot. I can't wait to wear it. I put it on when it first arrived, and then swiftly took it off again, but I am obsessed with my wedding ring. I love it so much. I'm looking down at my hand like it's on there. It's not, it's in the box, I promise. I've still just got my engagement ring on, but yeah, I'm obsessed with my wedding ring. That has now arrived. As I said, it was a custom order, so the one in the shop was 18 or 14 carat white gold, but that doesn't match my engagement ring. And in case you don't know, engagement rings and your wedding ring need to be the same, exactly the same material or like metal, in the same carat as well. So I thought, oh, it's fine, they're both white gold, but they can still erode each other if like one is 18 carat white gold and the other is 9 carat white gold. So I needed to get my wedding ring to be the same as this, and it didn't sell like that. So it took, I think in total it took about 11 weeks from the order to it being delivered at my house. I did have to ring at the start of February to just be like, hi, like, it's been 10 weeks, where's my ring? I forgot they don't count Christmas within that because they said 8 to 10 weeks. And then they chased it up for me because it was being made in Switzerland with goldsmiths. That must be just where they make their custom rings. But yeah, it was being made in Switzerland. And then I got a phone call being like, oh, it's actually in Branch in Belfast, because that's where I ordered it from. So they then got it shipped over to me next day and it arrived. So that was it was pretty simple actually, but I'm very glad it has arrived because it's just one less thing I'm thinking about and I can't wait to wear it. Yeah, it's very exciting. You'll see it. I will show you close to the time, but not right now. And what else have we done? So the 2-month mark is kind of like the end of our paying everything off. Mainly, we haven't paid off the venue yet or fully the church, but we have paid this month the deposit for the church because we're using the church hall as well for afterwards. We're going to serve like tea, coffee and cake straight after the ceremony so that we can like chat to people a little bit more. Plus it saves us money on buying canapes because they're stupidly expensive. But yeah, so we have paid off the church, or paid the deposit on the church building. We've also paid off the photographer, the videographer. We've had meetings with the photographer and the videographer this month, which were really helpful to like chat through the day, the expectations, when they're going to be arriving at like my house, what they need like fed, what is happening during our day, anything they need to know. So we had both of those meetings a couple of weeks ago and they were really, really helpful. Have we paid anything else? And we've also paid off the full amount for the wedding car. So the car is going to do quite a few journeys the morning of, and then we'll take Stephen and I from the church to our photo location and then to the venue. So that is everything that our car is doing, and I've paid that off. So this month has felt like a lot of money is going out of the account, which is good because it means I've not got to think about it, but it's also like everyone wants money like 6-8 weeks before. So that is where we're at the moment. So it feels like just a lot of like bank transfers and payments and things, so it's quite a lot to keep on top of, but I'm glad it's now done. I don't have to think about it again. Thinking about appointments, what else have we done? We've actually started marriage prep. So we were invited to a marriage prep day with the church we get married at, but we are also doing 3 sessions of marriage prep, just Stephen and I with a couple from our church. Yeah, they do it over 3 sessions, like the foundations of marriage, a covenant not a contract, and then managing expectations are the 3 sessions. We have done up until this point the first 2 sessions and they've been really helpful, stimulating discussions. We have been sent away this time with a list of, it's probably like 70 different questions that we've got to go away, answer individually and then talk about before our next session, which is a week today as I'm filming this, which will be good. I am looking forward to it. I think there are some questions that like we know the answer to, we've already discussed, but it is helpful to have those prompts to discuss other things that we probably wouldn't think about otherwise. Things like savings goals, or whether you're a morning person or an evening person and what that looks like, or a daily routine, or what your what like career prospects you like and where you think we'll be living, and all sorts in loads of different sections, and it's really helpful. So as I say, we started marriage prep, which I think is really helpful because a lot of our conversations have been around wedding prep, but our wedding day is literally one day of the rest of our lives, whereas at least like marriage is like, the wedding day is just day 1 of that and marriage is the rest. So yeah, it's been helpful to think about. These are conversations that probably would come up even if we didn't do marriage prep, but not right now. It's helpful, I think, to think about these things at the moment, because at the moment quite a lot of them are hypothetical, so it's not like we're in the heat of a discussion or debate about something and we're not as emotionally invested in this massive issue. But if we can go in and know, okay, we both think about this currently, that probably won't change that much later down the line. What are we on the same page on? What do we need a bit more support in this? And then we can go back to the people we're doing our marriage prep with and be like, we've actually had a bit of a discussion about this and we don't really agree, or we don't really know where to go from here. Can you help? So that has been really helpful. I love the couple we're doing our marriage prep with. They are our Connect group leaders and yeah, they know us both very well. And yeah, so that's been really fruitful and I'm very glad that we are making progress with that as well. Also, I have got my wedding dress altered. So I bought my wedding dress from a shop called Wed to Be in Liverpool. I looked at a lot of dresses, probably like 20 I tried on over the space of 2 days, over a couple of weeks, and ended up loving and falling in love with one from a place called Wed to Be in Liverpool. They are slightly different in a sense of like, you literally buy the dress off the shelf, or off the rail even, whereas a lot of boutiques you are like pinned into a dress and then you order it and it gets made to order, so they are typically more expensive. My dress was about £600, which is still quite it's a lot of money for a dress I'm going to buy once, but it was half the price of the other ones that I saw, or even less. I tried on a dress that was beautiful, but it was going to cost £2,500. But they don't tell you this when you're trying dresses on, may I just add. You just get put in a dress, or like you choose dresses and go, oh I love this, and then they tell you the price once you've taken them all off and decided that that's the one you want. Then they go, here you go, it's £2,500, and you just go, oh my gosh, I love it but I can't. So yeah, my dress cost about £600, but I absolutely love it. And because I bought it from the shop, they don't do alterations, so I've had to find a seamstress. There is one in West Kirby. It is called The Sewing Room and she is altering my dress for me. I don't know her name, I can't remember it. I probably should ask. And yeah, so I went, I had my fitting. My dress actually fits me pretty perfectly, which is a blessing, but there's a couple of things that I needed or wanted done to it. So the length of it was one thing, and then I'm not going to tell you exactly what else I have done to it, just because you can see on the day, and I don't want anyone to get an idea of what I'm wearing. Well, obviously it's going to be a wedding dress, but I don't want anyone to be able to kind of guess what I'm going to end up in. But yeah, so that has happened. I did that last week. Super easy. She was so lovely. I was probably in there about 45 minutes. Put the dress on, put my shoes on, yeah, and got it altered. And so I have an appointment next week as like my final dress fitting. There shouldn't be much that I will need to change after that. I could get it steamed later on, but yeah, we will wait and see. So my dress has been altered. Stephen's suit is being altered. I mentioned that last month though, other than the last month's video. So yeah, that's everything that is happening at the moment. We have also asked everyone we want to be involved in our service. So we've got people like in our band, we've got a couple of people doing readings, we've got someone doing the prayers, we've got someone speaking, we've got someone doing tech, we've got someone like taking our marriage certificate, and so we needed to ask all of these people in advance. They've all now said yes, which is really helpful. Another thing off our plate, but they are now all aware, all involved in the service, all there, which is great. We have also bought the groomsmen's suits, which is something that I discussed last month. We've bought Stephen's, but we don't know what to do with the groomsmen's ones yet. But we have now bought all the groomsmen's suits. We have gone for the same as Stephen's, but without the waistcoat, so he looks slightly different. It's a really lovely suit, and they are going to get altered when they come over for Stephen's stag do in a couple of weeks, because they're all everywhere. We've got a couple in Northern Ireland, one in Liverpool, one in the Isle of Man. So to get them all to the same place will only happen for a stag do, let's be honest. So yeah, they are going to get altered next month, but we have them, they are bought, they've told us their sizes, and so hopefully not much will need change, but something might. So that's everything. And finally, we have actually found somewhere to live. So actually it's not that complicated. I'm going to be moving into the flat that Stephen is in, and his current housemate has offered to move on to somewhere else so that I can move in, which is wonderful, makes our life easier. So yeah, I am moving into the flat. It is a lovely flat. It is in Liverpool, it's quite near the docks. Yeah, it's a really lovely flat. 2-bed, bathroom, and then a kitchen living room area that looks out. Best place in the city to watch a sunset. I'm gonna stand by it. I'm sure you'll see like moving vlogs, I think, which is weird, but I'm excited for it. I'm gonna organise or like design a bit, or like interior design a little bit, I'm gonna call it the spare room. It's not a spare room, it's just the room we're not going to be staying in. His current housemate is living in that room, but I'm gonna make it a bit more of like my space, put my stamp on it, and I'm gonna use it as an office whilst I'm still working from home, because Stephen will be out most of the time. So that is where we're at the 2 months until our wedding mark. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you found this interesting, informative. Yeah, do subscribe down below so that you don't miss more wedding content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.